Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well. So guys, as you guys can see, Bitcoin is in fact dipping, okay? And this dip that we are in fact seeing right now for Bitcoin actually happened a few minutes ago, okay? So Bitcoin is in fact dipping, okay, even more today. So am I still bullish, right? And the quick answer to that, okay, is yes, okay? Of course I am still bullish, guys, okay? I am always bullish with Bitcoin because I am here for long term. I'm not here for short term. Okay. So guys, as you can see, right, Bitcoin is in fact dropping. Now, if you guys haven't seen my most previous video, Bitcoin was in fact above $24,000. Okay. We saw Bitcoin yesterday. It was in fact having its drop, and then we saw a couple hours after that, it was in fact pumping back up. And now, just a few minutes later, Bitcoin has dropped massively. Okay, you guys can see there's pretty decent red candle right now that's forming. Okay, and Bitcoin is in fact back down below $24,000 once again. So now it's currently at $23,700, right? So what is happening with Bitcoin right now, guys? Obviously, someone out there is selling their Bitcoins. Okay, obviously that's why it is in fact having a drop right now, and this is actually a significant drop right now. I have talked about this many times, okay? But Bitcoin right now is in fact in between this support level and this resistance line, okay, for the past few days now, right? Ever since we had this pump up from Bitcoin, right? It pumped up all the way up to $25,000, and then it did in fact have a little rejection, dropping back down to $23,500, and then it did in fact have a pump back up, right? Ever since then, you guys can clearly see that Bitcoin has been in between the support level and this resistance line between $23,000 to $24,000, right? And I told you guys, okay, if we do in fact see Bitcoin drop below this support level, then that could be some pretty bad news right there, because we could actually potentially see Bitcoin drop further down, okay, if it drops below this support level, okay, because so far Bitcoin has in fact been holding up pretty well at the support level, right? So if it drops below this support level, we could potentially see Bitcoin drop below further down to $22,000, 21, maybe even 20K, even lower than $20,000, right? I wouldn't be surprised. But if Bitcoin does in fact break up to the upside, okay, and it pumps up and it goes past this resistance line, then yes, we could potentially see Bitcoin, right, pump back up to pretty much $30,000. Okay, so let me go to the daily chart right here. I really do believe Bitcoin could potentially go back up to $30,000. Okay, and the last time we seen Bitcoin at $30,000 was back in June, right, last year, May and June, last year in 2022. But obviously, it dropped massively. Okay, and that was in fact our last time, seeing Bitcoin at $30,000, right? So we could actually potentially see that in the next few weeks. But right now, Bitcoin is in fact dropping. Okay, let me just go to the hourly chart real quick and show you guys. Bitcoin is in fact dropping, but we're gonna see what happens, right? If Bitcoin actually, could potentially, bounce back up, right, to $24,000, because like I said, if it goes back down this, support level, then Bitcoin could potentially, drop back down to, $22,000, $21,000, $20,000, and potentially lower than that, right? Potentially. So we're gonna see what happens, guys. But I showed you guys this many times that Bitcoin, okay, is gonna have a drop, okay, a massive drop down, and of course a massive bounce back up to the upside. Okay, so a lot of markets, okay, a lot of altcoins are in fact dropping right now. Okay, and I'm still bullish, obviously, you know what I mean? I'm still buying, guys. I'm still obviously, dollar cost averaging. And I hope, sorry, guys, and I really do hope you guys are in fact, dollar cost averaging as well, right? I've been telling us that many times. We are in fact in the accumulation stage right now. Okay, this is the time to accumulate, to invest, and to buy, right? We are still down massively from previous all-time highs. I showed you guys that many times in my most previous videos. So we are still in the accumulation stage, and it's a great time right now to buy into the crypto market. Okay, please understand that, guys, right? So I showed you guys this chart before, okay, many times. Okay, history does in fact repeat itself. So if Bitcoin, like I said, breaks above $25,000, okay, you guys see 25K, just like what I showed you guys, okay, in this chart right here, we'll go back to the daily chart, right? If it breaks this, resistance line, then we could potentially see Bitcoin pump back up to $30,000, because back in 2018/2019, that's exactly what Bitcoin did, right? So we could potentially see that again this year in 2023. Okay, Bitcoin pumping back up to the upside if it breaks past this resistance line, okay, of $25,000. But as of right now, obviously Bitcoin is in fact dropping, right? So we're gonna see what happens with Bitcoin in the next few hours, okay? But it is in fact dropping. So obviously I will in fact keep you guys updated, of course, on what's gonna happen with Bitcoin. But yeah, I still think, okay, with this chart, I still think that's gonna happen, right? I still think Bitcoin will push up to the upside. We will in fact see Bitcoin break back up to $25,000 and then surpass that to $27,000 and of course $30,000 potentially, right? I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, in the next few weeks, I would not be surprised if we see Bitcoin back up at $30,000, which is obviously gonna create a new high for Bitcoin this year in 2023 of $30,000, right? But when in doubt, guys, okay, if you're losing faith with Bitcoin, because we know that Bitcoin is obviously really, really volatile. Okay, it's really volatile. It goes up and down a whole bunch. Okay, a lot of crashes do in fact happen. But when in doubt, guys, okay, and you're losing faith with Bitcoin, right? Just look at the chart. Okay, really zoom out. Okay, so you guys will see this is the full chart for Bitcoin. Okay, from 2011 to where we are now, and you guys can clearly see, okay, it's always pushing up. It's always creating a new all-time high. If we see Bitcoin drop below, okay, like if it's crashing, right? We saw Bitcoin obviously, drop massively, okay, in 2022. So go here, I'll go to the weekly chart and I'll show you guys what I mean, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So obviously Bitcoin's all-time high was in fact at about $67,000, close to $70,000, and ever since then it did in fact have a drop down. You guys can see this falling wedge for Bitcoin, and right now we are in fact breaking out of that falling wedge, right? But we are still down a lot, guys. Okay, so when in doubt, guys, right, you really just got to zoom out. Okay, and this is just a perfect example of how volatile Bitcoin is. You guys can clearly see that. And if you're losing faith with Bitcoin, right, you just got to really zoom out of the chart, right? You got to look at the entire chart, because when you look at the entire Bitcoin chart, okay, throughout the years, yes, it's volatile, but you guys can clearly see it's always creating a new all-time high, right? It's really simple. If Bitcoin drops, it's eventually going to bounce back up. And that's why I always tell you guys to invest into Bitcoin for long term, not short term, right? Because Bitcoin's obviously, going to be worth millions of dollars. Yes, you heard me correct. Millions of dollars. Not just 1 million, but millions of dollars per Bitcoin in the future, right? I'm talking decades from now, okay? But Bitcoin one day, okay, we'll in fact see it reach $1 million per Bitcoin, and of course, millions of dollars per Bitcoin, okay? And I really do believe in the next crypto bull market, we could see Bitcoin, right, creating a new all-time high of over 6 figures, right, over $100,000. We could see Bitcoin reach $100K to $150,000, even potentially $200,000 per Bitcoin. I'm being dead serious, guys, right? And of course, the next Bitcoin halving is going to happen in the year 2024. And once the halving happens, we will obviously see Bitcoin pump massively, because every time we have a halving, okay, Bitcoin tends to pump up, right? I showed you guys this chart many times, and it's just a perfect example, right? That every time we have a halving for Bitcoin, it tends to pump up, right? So I'm excited. Okay, so yes, guys, this year in 2023, the crypto bull market is not going to happen this year. It's going to happen next year in 2024. Once the halving happens, we're going to see Bitcoin absolutely skyrocket. Same with other altcoins. So be excited for that, guys. Okay, so yes, Bitcoin, okay, as of right now, is in fact dipping, but I still remain bullish, and I hope you guys still remain bullish as well. Okay. You know, if it does in fact drop further down, right? If we see Bitcoin drop further down, right? If we see it drop back down to, you know, $22,000, $20,000, $18,000, even 16, you know, $1,000, right? I'm gonna be buying more Bitcoin, right? Like if Bitcoin actually drops back down below $16,000 right down here, okay, I'm obviously gonna be buying more Bitcoin, right? But this week, I told you guys, you know, in the next upcoming weeks, I actually want to focus on investing into Ethereum, right? I've been investing into Bitcoin a whole bunch, right? You guys know that for the past like few months, even for the past few weeks, I've mainly just been investing into Bitcoin heavily, right? So I really want to focus on buying some Ethereum because I think Ethereum is a huge potential right now to buy. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. I already talked about this in my most previous video, the one that I uploaded like 2 days ago. But yeah, I really want to focus on buying some Ethereum. But hey, if Bitcoin, you know, drops, okay, further down, okay, below this support level, I might potentially buy some more, right? So we're going to see what happens, guys. But so far, you know, Bitcoin has been holding up pretty well within this support level, right? So we're going to see what happens, okay? But I will obviously keep you guys updated, so stay tuned for that, guys. You guys let me know in the comments down below your personal thoughts right now with Bitcoin. Are you guys still bullish, right? Are you guys still bullish? Let me know in the comments down below. You're really good. You guys already know my answer, right? I'm always bullish with Bitcoin. I'm never bearish, right? I'm never bearish because I'm here for long term. I'm not here for short term. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Give thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. I really would appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Have a good one, guys.